When my boss, Claire Donovan, leaned against the edge of my desk that afternoon, I assumed she was about to assign another last-minute report. She was the kind of CEO who moved quickly, spoke directly, and expected everyone around her to keep up. I worked as a junior analyst at Donovan Industries, and despite being there only 8 months, I had already learned that when Claire appeared unexpectedly, something unusual usually followed. "Daniel," she said, lowering her voice slightly, "I need a favor tonight." I looked up from my laptop, confused. "A work favor?" "Sort of." Her expression was calm but serious. Claire was always composed, perfect posture, confident eyes, sharp suits that made everyone in the office sit a little straighter. But today there was something different in her voice. "What do you need?" I asked carefully. She hesitated for a moment, as if deciding whether to say it. "Pretend you're my boyfriend tonight." For a few seconds I just stared at her, certain I had misheard. "I'm sorry, what?" "There's a charity gala tonight," she continued, crossing her arms. "My parents will be there. They've been pressuring me about my personal life for months. I told them I was bringing someone. And that someone is me." "Yes." I blinked again, still processing it. "Why me?" Claire shrugged slightly. "Because you're reliable, you're smart, and you're the only person in this office who doesn't act terrified when I walk into a room." I couldn't help smiling at that. "That's because I'm already terrified," I joked. For the first time that day, Claire laughed softly. "It's just one evening," she said. "You'll wear a suit, smile, hold my hand if necessary, and make small talk. After dinner we leave, that's it." It sounded simple enough, but the idea still felt surreal. "I don't know," I said slowly. "What if someone asks questions?" "I'll handle it." "And if they ask how we met?" Claire thought for a second. "We met at a conference 6 months ago." "But I've worked here 8 months." "Then we met 8 months ago." I sighed. This sounds like a terrible plan. "Daniel." The way she said my name made it clear she wasn't used to being refused. "I'll owe you," she added. That part caught my attention. "Anything." She smiled slightly, within reason. After another moment of hesitation, I closed my laptop. "Fine," I said, "I'll do it." Claire looked genuinely relieved. "Good, the car will pick you up at 7. She turned to walk away, then paused. "And Daniel." "Yeah. Try to look like you actually like me." I laughed. That might be the hardest part. But as she walked away, I realized something strange. For the first time since joining the company, Claire Donovan had looked nervous. At exactly 7 o'clock that evening, a sleek black car stopped outside my apartment building. I had spent the past hour staring at myself in the mirror, adjusting a borrowed suit, and trying to convince myself that attending a billionaire charity gala as my boss's fake boyfriend was a normal Tuesday activity. It was. The car door opened, and Claire stepped out. For a moment, I forgot how to speak. She wasn't wearing one of her usual business suits. Instead, she wore a deep blue evening dress that caught the light with every movement. Her hair was down, and the confident CEO from the office had somehow transformed into someone far more human. "You clean up well," she said, looking me over. "You look different," I replied. "Good different or bad different?" "Dangerously different." She smirked. "I'll take that as a compliment." Inside the car, she quickly reviewed the plan. "My parents will ask questions," she said. "They'll pretend to be polite, but they'll analyze everything." "That sounds comforting." "They're protective." "Of their daughter or their company?" "Both." The car pulled up in front of a massive hotel glowing with lights. Valets rushed forward, cameras flashed, and elegantly dressed guests filled the entrance. "Too late to back out?" I asked. Claire shook her head. "You'll be fine." She stepped closer and slipped her arm through mine. Just follow my lead. The ballroom inside was enormous. Crystal chandeliers hung from the ceiling, and a string quartet played softly in the corner. As we walked in together, I noticed something immediately. People were staring, not just curious glances, real surprised stares. "Why are they looking at us like that?" I whispered. Claire didn't answer right away. "Because," she finally said quietly, "this is the first time I've ever brought someone." Before I could respond, an older couple approached. Claire's parents. Her father looked exactly like I imagined a powerful businessman would. Tall, serious, sharp eyes that evaluated everything. Her mother looked kinder but equally observant. "Claire," her father said, "you made it." Then his gaze shifted to me. "And this must be Daniel." I extended my hand. "Nice to meet you, sir." His handshake was firm, almost like a test. "How did you two meet again?" he asked immediately. I glanced at Claire. She answered smoothly. "At a technology conference last year." Her mother smiled. "He seems nice." But her father continued watching me closely. "And what do you do, Daniel?" "I'm an analyst." "At Donovan Industries." "Yes." One eyebrow lifted. "So you work for my daughter?" The room suddenly felt warmer. "Yes, sir." He looked at Claire. "You brought an employee as your date." Claire didn't flinch. "I brought someone I trust." For a moment, the tension was thick enough to cut with a knife. Then her mother laughed lightly. "Well, he's certainly brave." Dinner began, conversations flowed, and slowly the pressure faded. Claire stayed close to me the entire evening, occasionally squeezing my hand whenever someone asked another probing question. But halfway through the night, something unexpected happened. A tall man in an expensive suit approached our table. The moment Claire saw him, her posture stiffened. "Ethan," she said coldly. He smiled at her. "And who is this?" he asked, glancing at me. "My boyfriend," Claire replied. Ethan laughed. "Claire doesn't date," he said. Something in his tone irritated me. "Well," I said calmly, "she does now." His smile faded slightly. "Interesting." Then he leaned closer to Claire. "Your parents will never approve of him." Claire didn't respond. But she did something that surprised me. She tightened her grip on my hand and didn't let go. The tension between Claire and Ethan lingered, even after he walked away. "Who was that?" I asked quietly. Claire took a sip of water before answering. "Someone my parents want me to marry." "Oh, that's why tonight matters," she added. Suddenly, everything made sense. "You didn't just bring me to avoid questions," I said. "You brought me to prove something." Claire nodded slowly. "My parents believe business partnerships should extend into personal life. Ethan's family owns half the investment firms that support this company. And marrying him would make things easier." "Yes, but you don't want that." "No." For the first time that evening, she looked tired instead of confident. "I built this company myself," she said softly. "I won't let anyone treat my life like a merger contract." I respected that. A lot. "Well," I said, "for what it's worth, you're doing a pretty convincing job." She smiled faintly. "Thanks to you." Later that night, the gala began to wind down. Guests started leaving, and the orchestra played slower music. Claire's mother approached us again. "You two look happy together," she said gently. Claire glanced at me. "We are." Her mother studied our faces carefully. Then she surprised both of us. "Your father may take time to accept this," she said quietly, "but I think you chose well." After she walked away, Claire exhaled. "That went better than expected." Does that mean my acting career is over? Almost. We stepped outside the hotel into the cool night air. The city lights reflected off the glass buildings around us. For a moment, neither of us spoke. Then Claire turned to me. You were incredible tonight. High praise from my boss. She laughed softly. Maybe I shouldn't be your boss anymore. I raised an eyebrow. Are you firing me? No. She stepped a little closer. I'm considering asking you out for real. That caught me completely off guard. Wait, seriously. Unless you hated pretending. I thought about the entire evening. The way she had trusted me. The way she held my hand. The way she stood up to her family. No, I said, I didn't hate it. So what? She rolled her eyes. So would you like to have dinner with me tomorrow night? I smiled. Only if I don't have to pretend. Claire reached for my hand again. Deal. And as we walked toward the waiting car, I realized something funny. What started as the strangest request my boss had ever made had somehow turned into the most unexpected night of my life.